This is the second video in the series AutoCAD for Civil Engineers. In today's video, we are going to talk about and discuss certain commands such as trim, offset, extend, as well as other commands. And we are also going to discuss selection process. That is, if you select an object from left to right or select it from right to left, what is the difference between it? And also look at the zoom in and zoom out. How do we do it in AutoCAD interface? And also, if you want to increase or reduce the size of the crosshair, uh, we will also look into that. Okay, let's first of all discuss trim command. For that, I'm going to draw two lines. Okay, so if I don't want this portion of the line behind this line, I want to trim this portion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in tr, which is a shortcut from trim command, and then press space and select both of these lines, and then again press space. Then I'm going to just hover the mouse above the line which I want to trim, and then just select click it. And if I want to trim this line as well or this line, just move your mouse above it and click it, and you're done with the trim command. Let's say if I have a rectangle and I'm drawing a line, and if you want to delete this portion of the line or trim this portion of the line, just type in trim and then select both lines, again space, and then press click it, and then you're done with the trim command. After trim command, we are going to look at the command known as offset. Let's say there's a line and you want to draw a line parallel to it at a certain distance. Let's say you want to draw a line at 10 feet. So what you're gonna do is you are gonna type O, which stands for offset, which is a shortcut key for offset, then press space and then specify distance, the perpendicular distance. That is, let's say I take it as 5 feet, space, and then select the object to offset. I'm selecting this object. You can see that we have a parallel line to that line at a certain distance. So if I want to offset it again, let's say at 10 feet, you can see that I can do on this side as well as on this side. Just move the cursor where you want to create an offset, on the left hand side or the right hand side. Let's see if we can apply the offset to a rectangle or a circle. Right, if I apply the offset command, O for offset, press space and then specify a distance 3 feet, offset, and then select that object, and then I just have to click it. Again, easy. We can also use offset for regular shapes, and for you can see that I can also use offset for circular shapes as well. What about irregular shapes? So let's say if I have this shape over here, can I use offset? Okay, offset 1 foot. No, I can't. If I click this object, we can see that it's overall one object. If I click this is a line. These are different line. This irregular shape is created by different lines, so I can't offset it. I can offset them one by one. 5. Let's say I'm offsetting it to 2 feet. This is the way I can offset this thing. So I hope you got the gist of this command as well, offset. Now you are gonna move forward to extend command. So for that, we are gonna draw two lines, random lines. Two lines like this. And let's say if I want to extend this line to this line over here, then I'm gonna type in EX, which stands for extend, and then select the line to which I want to extend the line to. So I'm going to select this line, and now after selecting it, press space, and now select the line that you want to extend. So this is the line that I want to extend, so just click it, and you can see that I have successfully extended this line. So can I extend let's say multiple lines at towards single line? So EX for which stands for extend, and then clicking that line up till which I want to extend lines, and then press space, and then just go on clicking those lines that you want to extend. So you can see that extend is used to, as the name suggests, extending something. So what if it's a rectangle and I want to extend a line to its certain edges? So let's EX extend command and then select that object which I want to extend up till, and then select that line which I want to extend. So you can see that I have successfully extended this line to this edge as well as this edge. So I think I hope that you've understood this command, and let's move forward. We are gonna go now for fillet and chamfer. So for fillet and chamfer, I'm gonna draw a rectangle, uh, uh, horizontal dimension 20 feet and vertical dimension 30 feet. So it's a rectangle over here. So chamfer is basically an angled or sloped edge, right? So let me first show you what a chamfer is, and then I'm going to explain it. 3 feet, 4 feet. This over here is called chamfer. That is, it's an angled or sloped edge in an object. So let's say if I want to create this, how am I going to do it? So you just type in chamfer, then press space, then you go, or then you want to select from these options the distance. So click it and then specify first chamfer distance 4 feet and specify second chamfer distance 5 feet, and then click this line and this line, and then you have created a chamfer. Now the first chamfer distance was from here, is associated with the first object. The first chamfer distance is associated with the first object, and this distance is from here, this point, to this point. So we can see that we had inserted 4 feet as the first chamfer distance, which is associated with the first line, and we inserted second chamfer distance as 5 feet, and we can see that it's 5 feet over here. So somewhat similar to a chamfer is fillet. So if you want not an angled or sloped edge, you want a rounded edge, or a rounded edge. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna type in fillet, and then you're gonna select radius from here, and then you specify radius 5 feet, and then select the corner wherever you want to, the edges wherever you want to create that rounded shape. So you can see that we have created fillet over here of radius 5. So it's easy. We are going to discuss the selection process. So let's say if there's a line. Now observe, if I select it from right to left, left to right, then it's not being selected. In order to select it from left to right, then I have to overlap this whole area above that line, blue area. Then this line will be selected. Okay, what if I go from right to left? So you can see that when I go from right to left, I just need to overlap certain area. A small area, minor area would do the trick to select that object. So let's take another example. First I'm going to select it from left to right. In order to select it from left to right, you can see that I cannot select it, but if I overlap the whole area from left to right, then I can select it. On the other hand, if I just overlap smaller area, however smaller area above that object, this object will be selected. This is the difference between selecting an object from left to right and right to left. So now we're gonna look at how to reduce the cross-section, crosshair size of the cursor. You can see that my cursor has two lines, that is one horizontal and one horizontal and one vertical. So if you want to reduce the size of it, manipulate the size of it, you just go into options, and the shortcut key for that is OP space, and then go to display, and then you can see here there's a cross section size. I have inserted a value of 100. You can type in whatever you want, such as if I do 35, and let's see what happens now. You can see that the horizontal and vertical lines have reduced significantly. Let's reduce them more. So let's say if I take it 1, then let's see what happens. Okay, you can see that it's just a box now. So whatever seems fit to you, just get along with it. So I usually go with 100. So let's move forward. This is how you reduce or increase the size of the crosshair. So now we're gonna look at the hatch command. So if you need to insert any kind of symbols to show your material in the plan, you would use the command hatch. For that, let's say this column is 18 inch by 18 inch, a square column. So if I want to insert some kind of material to show that it's a column, then what I would do is I would type in H for hatch command, then press space, and then you can see all sorts of pattern here. You can select whatever pattern you want. For instance, if I'm gonna select this one, then apply it here, then you can see that it's this pattern is imposed here. So if you want to increase the density or reduce it, you can do this from here, right? So one thing important to mention over here is that you can apply hatch only to the closed boundaries. For instance, if I'm going to apply hatch over here, it's not gonna work. Let's try that hatch, and if I'm selecting solid, you can see that it will give an error. A closed boundary cannot be determined. So if I apply hatch over here, you can see that it has been successfully applied. Why? Because it is a closed boundary. So we are done with the hatch command. We will discuss this command in detail when we are drawing the plan. So our last command is the rotate command. So let's say if you want to rotate a line to a certain angle or an object to a certain angle, you just type in RO for rotate space, select this line, okay, specify base point. You can see that I can rotate it. Let's close ortho mode by pressing F8, and then we can see that if I want to give it an angle of 45 degree with respect to the horizontal, then just type in 45 and then press enter. You can see that this line has 45 degree with the horizontal. So in the next video, we'll be trying to develop a simple 2D plan and then apply all of those commands that we have learned in the previous lectures.